Hey everybody, Guy Commander here. No, I skipped out last week, but you know what? After Made of Steel, we got home. Mine was totally jarbled. Everything was in just every which discombobulation. Decided not to do anything last week. Last week was just to sit back, relax, chill back, reset the mind, and soak in the what's happening to the show and the people and the everything else that's out there. So that's it. So tonight, I don't know. I'm gonna ramble on about a bunch of stuff. Probably thinking about how like we can get loud and stuff like that. Something we all want. Something all of us are on the same path for. Some of us haven't gotten there yet, but you know, get there eventually, maybe, if that's where we want to go. So let me get my computer. Sorry, I'm running a little bit late this evening. Sorry, I'm running a little bit late this evening. Everything today has just been a skip off, just an hour off, hour off, hour off. So, and it is hot as blaze out here. For anybody that's not in Florida, it is. Could you tell you the temperature right? Oh yeah, I can. Temperature right now at 9 o'clock at night is 86 degrees. The humidity is about 284%, I think, give or take, sort of. You can almost feel the water going in your lungs when you inhale and exhale. But you know what? We've got connections up in Massachusetts. What's up, Alex? We've got connections up in Massachusetts, and they're saying, I think they said the high today was like 50 something. So I'll take this for a couple months out of the year instead of shoveling the snow for 6 months out of the year. So let's see here. Oh, look, my magic book is open. Isn't that awesome? Ta-da! Made of Steel. That was an awesome ass show. I want to thank everybody that came out. I want to thank everybody that helped put it all together. We've got John Kent, which is, I know he and his team do it, but he's my main connection with all this. That man throws a show. There's no other way to say it. Made of Steel has been going on. This is our 11th year doing it, and every year it gets better and more organized. And this year they put us on the end of the strip. The first person, the first group before you got to the judges area completely, the judges were in their own portioned off area, which was awesome, a lot better organized. We were on the opposite side of the road, so that person's coming down the road could hit us and still get to all the others, and nobody was clogging up anyone else's line. So that was great. That was the head count this year were there's a couple less than it was last year for the ACCL lanes, but I also take into consideration that last year was the 10-year. So we had people that came down that don't even normally go to any of the big shows. They down in Florida, they stay up north, so they drove down and just gave everybody, you know, more to it. So I haven't checked the stats with Made of Steel 98.7 or 6, but I want to say that I know every year it's grown 5 to 6%. And I don't believe this year would be anything different than it was before. Hey, Andy. Hey, Dion. Hey, Matt. Hey, Jess. So either way, who cares? Everybody came out. People we don't get to see that often. Friends from around here. Everybody comes out. Everybody hangs out. We did the usual 2.5 day show. ACCL did. We had the lanes running. Friday half day, Saturday full, Sunday full. And we still had a crazy amount of people. The good thing is, through the past years running it this way versus a 2-day show, we're not turning people down. What's up, Dave? We're not turning people down because they got there too late. We can't run it. We've got enough time to get everybody in and got everybody ran. And saw some amazing numbers, saw some great numbers. If you want to see the stats, you can check out ACCL, the Facebook page. If you can't find the post itself, then under the files tab, I do. What's up, Russell? I do post the score sheets, if you want to call them that. We're not cool enough like the other orgs to have actual true, you know, term-lab score sheets. I keep all mine on a spreadsheet, but I do make up a Word document to show the scores for each show. The leaderboard is also in there. The leaderboard is in alphabetical order, not by class. So you can look up your name and see how many points you have for this season. With that being said, we're coming towards the end of the season. For anybody that doesn't have enough points, you have the show it's June 21st, which is, I'll get to those in a minute, but you got the June 21st show over on the east side of the state. And that show is I think it's a 2X show. And we're also working on a show in August, which could be up around Ocala. Everything's worked out on it. The name, we've got everything under wrap. We just haven't made the page for it yet, so I haven't posted anything for it yet. Chris, how you doing, brother? Everything's there. It should be posted this week. I'm waiting for the host to make up the flyers for us, so we have something to post up on it. That show is actually going to be a Hayden Price show, and they're running up there, and a lot of the raffles and everything of that nature are going to be for donations, and money is going towards, he told me, and unfortunately I can't remember, but or I was told for that matter, I'm not 100% sure what it's going to, but it's definitely going to a charitable cause, which is something that we will end up donating. ACCL will end up donating money as well. I know that, well, hey, I've got it right here. Let's just do this. So August 23rd is when that show is going to be. It's in the works, ran by Hayden Price. US Amps is the title sponsor on that one. Along with that, we've got Team Hertz Karens. They're one of the bigger sponsors of it. We've got Rogue, of course. If it's a damn good show, it's going to be Rogue there. Hey, Margaret. We have got Down for Sound. You know, if there's a show in Florida, they're going to be there. Flash Audio is also going to be there. These are all companies that are making donations for the raffles. They're going to have their canopies set up. US Amps is one of the choice supporters. So they have got, right when you first pull in, their whole first area there is going to be, they have the canopies set up. Everything plays right. What's up, Jerry? Everything plays right. The Suburban will be there. The US Amps Raider will be there. Brennan Gardner's whatever the hell kind of car you want to call that is going to be there. And also, I believe, I'm not even 100% sure, but I believe the other US Amps, I think it's not T-Bird, it's a Trans Am, or, I'm not even 100% sure. Damn it. Either way, it's going to be there. They're all going to be there. I'm going to talk about it between now and then more times, I'm sure. Just right now, it's hot as hell. It's been a long day and all that good stuff. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate that. What's up, Jerry? These are all going to be up on there. Then on the opposing sides are going to be where the Down for Sound people are subbing. If you've never seen them before, check out their equipment, check out what all they have to offer. And then, of course, Rogue is going to be there. Rogue is in just about any vehicle you see that's winning first place in Musical Wars or any of the other orgs, along with ourselves. I'm not saying, we're out, but for the sound quality and things of that nature, Rogue is where it's at. They're the ones that are doing it. They're the ones that are bringing home the first places. So definitely check them out. If you live in a shell and don't know about them, you can check out Rogue at, I think it's either Rogue or RogueAudio.com. I'm sure they're not hard to find. And check out their page and check out all they have to offer. That's the same with US Amps. US Amps is coming. I know I keep saying it every time, but for Made of Steel, the US Amps vehicles were not there because, and Michael can vouch for me if he watches it, but I don't believe that we wanted to release anything that isn't 100%. And unfortunately, right now, we are still waiting on the shipments to dock stateside. They should have been in back in March, but unfortunately, the tariffs and all that good stuff, that's holding that up. When that gets in, then you will see the road, what the hell's that damn truck? The Raider? Is it the Raider? Yeah, the Raider will be out there. The Suburban will be out there. Brennan's car is already testing out equipment. Right now, he came to the meet last Thursday. I don't know if anybody saw the video, but what's up, Dalton? He is running some SQ subs in there right now in isobaric design, and he was still cracking mid-50s in that thing, and we all were totally surprised, totally caught off cue with that one. The subs are, what's up, William, are massively efficient. Their equipment is massively efficient. So we're still tired. Hey, Dan, how you doing, brother? Dennis, what's up, man? We're still stunned by how it's showing in real life scenarios. Michael has a dyno at the US Amps lab. I've been there. It's awesome. The whole layout's beautiful. But I don't know about you. I don't run my equipment on the dyno when I'm driving my vehicle. I want real live testing. I want real world testing. That's also the same thing that John put in with the Rogue. You can't go to a show without seeing 80% of the vehicles there have their doors just filled full of Rogue. And that's awesome because that is real world testing. That is bench test. You can say anything you want. Anybody that's old school can remember back when they had the amps that were, you know, a foot and a half long, and they're like, oh, it's a 2,000 watt amp. Yeah, okay. That's because they got it to cheat out and they got it to show a score up there for a split second and an unbelievable frequency and all that good stuff. So the real world testing is where it's at, and that right there is what US Amps is doing, and that's why it's taking so long up to this point to get anything out, is because we take it out there, we beat the bejeebers out of it. Anybody knows Brennan and his build, you could put a freaking Sony Explode 6x9 in that damn thing. Well, he did. He put 2 Sony Explode 12s in the enclosure with his equipment, and he was easily breaking 50s. So we know his whole system is tank. His whole system is what's up, Kyle? So that's why Michael has made the decision to use Brennan and to use myself as real world testers to give the full situation of temperature and humidity and factors that you don't get in a test lab. So that right there is how you know it's a good company. That's, like I said, that's how Rogue did it with their equipment, just the same. That's how JP has done with their equipment in the sense of it. I'm not 100% sure as good as they do because I don't communicate with them as much, but I know with Michael at US Amps and John at Rogue, when something doesn't go right out in the field, they don't say, Matt, buy more speakers and replace that. They fix it. They figure out what the problem is. They want reliable equipment. They want it for the pricing and availability that the average consumer can obtain it by. And that's a good way of thinking. So that's what drew me to them. So enough with the rambling. So Trevor, the Made of Steel show is just an experience that you're not going to get. I'm not saying you're not going to get. That isn't as easy to get at your average show. There is months after months after months of planning that goes into the show to plan the layout, to get the people to come and to invite. What's up, Glenn? To get people to come, to draw the people to it. Demetrius, how you doing? Hey, babe. Hey, Melissa. That's what the Made of Steel does, is they spend so much time doing it. And the award sponsors alone for ACCL, I want to thank. That was Triple Dimension Fabrication, which is Otis. He always makes our awards, and this show is no exception to that. They are available to make your awards or plaques or displays or hood props, or they make fuse panels, make everything you want. The worst that happens is you hit them up, Aaron, and they say, no, we can't do that, which I don't think I've ever heard him say that, or, tell me of something where he said, man, you never know what somebody wanted me to do. They do it. They make it happen. Along with that, of course, we got US Amps, which is constant supporter this season, and that this show is no exception. Team Megahertz, the same. They've been our supporters since day one, since we first gained ACCL, because we're in New York and all that good stuff. Creative Car Audio, the same. They've been ours since the beginning. Team Ain't Loud has been with us since forever. I got much love for all those guys. And then Area 51, which is a local team for Hernando, which is, I've known a majority of them outside of even audio. I've just known them because of Burkesville. It's just the way we are around here. If you get into an accident, what's up, G-Body? If you get into an accident, there's a good chance that you know the person that you hit. That's just the way this little crunky-dunk city is. But, with that being said, it's a tight city. So that team has always been a love team. You know, even before I was interacting with them, or they became one of our sponsors or what have you. So much love to all the sponsors. The big Made of Steel winners that ended up being John Kent had the, aside from ACCL, he had the loudest, what was it, loudest overall, and then he had the loudest no wall. The loudest overall, for anybody that didn't go and really just, you know, come on, it's common sense. That's Wally, teammate Loud Wally. He did, his average was a 169.9 in that van. Or is that the truck? That's, no, yeah, that's right, because Charles has the van, so that'd be their truck. That was just insane amounts. You got the loudest no wall at a 162.7. That was for Cody Coleman, in which now he's got the taste into it, and he's going to start chasing. He's going to start going for numbers, and he's going to be at the shows. So anybody that's in the no wall class should kind of have a watch out for him, because he's the 60s guys all day long, and he doesn't take second place. What's up, Miles? How you doing, brother? Yep, Dave, I see you on that. Ain't Loud, we take over the lanes. That's true. Anytime my show's got a good turnout, Ain't Loud's a majority of them, because those guys support, and those guys are team. Hey, Dylan. Hey, Brian. They've got the team mentality. I'm not disgracing or downing any other grouping of persons, but Team Ain't Loud is a very, and they know I mean this in the nicest way possible, they're a very aggressive and a very grueling team. When they go up to the lanes, they don't like second place, and very rarely do they take it. So those guys run a tight team, and when it comes to you know, figuring their scores and figuring their everything like that, what's up, XB Ethan? Those guys are the ones that will go back and make changes to their equipment and get the higher score. And next show, if they can get first place this show, then God bless you. You can bet next show they're getting first place. So that's it. Hey, Chris, how you doing, man? Long time no see. Been following you, brother. You're doing great. Yeah, Ain't Loud FTW, Miles. So I'm not saying like don't come to the lanes. These guys are going to stomp you, but they're the way a team. They're the way a team should be. They build up. They help each other. They work with each other. Things like that. Area 51's the same way. Team hurts feelings. You know, all the teams I can think of that we're in conjunction with are like that. That's one of the other things too, because we don't just take any sponsors. We're picking on our sponsors and who we want to be representing us as an organization. So, you know, and I appreciate that, Miles. Much love to you guys too. So, let's see here. I want to give this as an honorable mention, because I'm not going to say, hey, Matthew, how you doing, brother? I'm not going to say he was done wrong. I'm going to say that this hand and this hand didn't communicate the best that could have been communicated, and there was tension involved in it. And with that being said, Mr. Brian Jasinski at that show, he did a 170.9. Now, the reason he did not get the loudest was that in the ruling, it was the loudest on the windshield legal. Brian did not see that post, and the only one that he ran was the FTW class. Anybody that's not aware of the FTW class, that's two mics at two different locations. The locations are chosen by the competitor. And I believe, what's up, Stewie? I believe that one of his mics was on the, I know one was on the kick, and then the other mic, I want to say it was on the headrest. Either way, I'm not, like I said, I'm not 100% sure. I don't want to say anything I'm not 100% sure about, but that didn't meet the specifications of being the loudest of the day, because the loudest of the day had to be on the windshield legal. So, you know, what's up, Mike? And Ryan, how you doing, brother? With that being said, per what they were going for, Wally and Cody got it. Wally got it for overall, Cody got it for the no wall rule. Overall, in my lanes that day, it was Brian all day long. So, There you go. At least got some recognition on it and such as that for being loud, however it is. So, all right, yeah, Margaret, that's one of the perks of living out in the forest here. I've got the 10 acres of land in a forest. I don't think you can see it out there. That street lamp is mine. I pay for that thing every month, so I don't live by the street by any means. Without that out here, this place turns pitch black and you can't see your hand in front of your face. So it's kind of a necessity. But, you know, we love it out here. It's great. So that's enough rambling for right now. What I've got right now is, it was going through my head because I haven't had my truck for a minute, and shame on me. Not shame on me, but it's, you know, it's at the US Amps Labs for them to use at their discretion to test this out, to test that out, to give it real world snares. I don't use a truck. I own the org, so I'm not worried about winning first place all the time or anything like that. But what does it take to get loud? How do these people, and I'm not even going to say guys, just in general, how do these people get to the first place? How do they work their way up from, because you don't come out the gate first place. I have never known anybody in existence, for the many people I know, and I've been audio for, God, 35 years, give or take a day. I've never known anybody to come out and say, hey, I went to my first show and I got 12 first places. I'm the loudest in the world. Yeah, no, that doesn't happen. So what do these guys do to get here? You got R.P. Patel, in which, you know, if you don't know him, you live in a rock for one. That man's the loudest in the world. How did he get there? What did he do? What makes him different from the rest? What about the Charles Jr.? Because Charles Jr. didn't take home the loudest this show because he had In My Lanes, if you watch the videos on ACCL Facebook page, there's a video of him that is, afterwards, I did a goofy little like, you know, Charles, what happened right now? And his equipment just totally dumped. I don't know if it was the amp that set the sub or if the sub set the amp or whatever, but something wasn't happy in his system and his numbers were anything but real. But we put the numbers down anyway, so he gets points for the class, and that's all great. The cooler than that is that Wally is on his team, so their team still took it home. And, you know, Brian Zazinski, that man, I've seen that van since before it even had a sticker on it, back when it was just an old plain white van. And now look at him. He's just racking and breaking 70s and doing all this stuff. Breaking 70s on an average of 2 mic locations. So how do you get to that point? So I see a lot of you ringing in. Elizabeth, Thomas, how you guys doing? I cannot pronounce your name, Andrews. My apologies on that one. Mr. Kevo, how do these people get up to where they're at? So, you know, you definitely 100%. I see that Miles saying you definitely got to put in a lot of work to get it these days. That is 100%. I'm going to get to that in a second. Testing and testing and testing. That right there, I believe, falls in with a lot of work. That's the basis of the work. Just trying to hit 90s loud, 90s equipment. Matthew, that is not hard to the 90s. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody. I think the world record was a mid-50, and that was just like a, oh my God, I'll never get there kind of number. Wednesdays in a couple of weeks, I'm going to come down and bother you for a bit. I have to drop off an amp. Mr. Jones, sir, even if I have something going on that day, I'll change the schedule just for you, brother. You know that. Aaron, only been on the meter once, was not happy, so things changed. Want to hit a second time. Aaron, come to a show where I'm at or get with me. I'll hook you up on the meter again. We'll make that happen. You right there, sir, are the main thing that I tell, like, just about anybody comes on the lanes for the first time. The first thing they ask is, like, what are you looking to gain out of this? What are you looking to do from this? Well, I just want to see where numbers are at. Don't. If you think you're loud, be perfectly happy thinking you're loud, because the first time you see that number, you will spend the time to continue trying to get louder, trying to get stronger, trying to get, you know, everybody says, oh, I get to a 150, I'm going to stop. Get to 150. You never get to a 150. You'll go from a 49.6 to a 50.3. Okay, we're at 50. Well, I'll be okay. I'll be happy at a 52. You never hit that 52, and so on and so on and so forth. Right now, last time I metered I almost cracked a 61 in the Suburban with minimal amount of tuning, 12 amps that were all off skip from each other. I got it. I originally said I wanted to hit a 50, and then I was happy to hit a 55 with the Pathfinder. Then the Pathfinder hit that 58.6, and that 58.6 I could not break, so I got a new truck. Yeah, what the hell? I got the addiction now. What the hell? I'm still nowhere close to as loud as a lot of these guys. Glenn, you are 100% right. There's always someone louder, unless you're Mr. Patel. Let's see, windshield scores don't matter. That is true. I always like that because you get the people be like, oh, well, I hit a 157 and well, that was on my kick. Yeah, I ride with my head on the floorboard. Joey, what's up, brother? What's up, Mr. Rosser? I ride with my head on the kick when I'm driving my vehicle. Because that's where you take your readings at, right? Said no one ever. Mr. Hawk, sir, I can remember, if you don't mind me telling, with all due respect, sir, the first time you came in my lanes when I ran the BK meets, and this guy had 2 kickers in the back of his truck. I didn't see what the hell it was. I saw the mic because I was, smoking and shooting the shit. And I looked over the screen. And I said, "What do you got in there? Some fucking kickers?" And he goes, "Yeah." From that point on, Mr. Hawk and I have been damn good friends. I've seen him just like right now. I don't even want to guess what his truck is doing. He's got a build done by himself and Krause at Raw Customs, and it is 615s. I remember correctly in a 4th order, but it is demo. It is all day demo, hard demo all the way around. So that truck has just been. It obviously isn't the original truck when he and I first met. He had a 2002, 2004, something like that, Suburban, and then he sold that and got the Exploder, and the Exploder just couldn't handle it anymore. So now he's driving an Astro. And what'd you do? Which one did you lock up? What do you talk about? You locked up? Was that the Exploder? Did that one just finally go kaputski and commit suicide? So, but. Either way, James, I'm 10 dB away. Man, you're always 10 dB away. Okay, so the Exploder, which was a very impressive truck. All of his vehicles have been impressive. I'm not even going to joke about that. The Suburban, once he pulled the kickers out and started putting better, higher quality, more competition style speakers in there, he got. I mean, it was crazy. And for a no wall, that truck was just insane. Like all of us, he got the itch. He needed the taste. And then moved up, and then the Exploder decided that it didn't want to do what he wanted to do. The motor went kaputski. So now he's got the Astro, which is really a nice, clean build. If you're at a show and he's there, get yourself a demo and check it out. The build itself is nice. It's everything. Yeah, there you go, Demetrius. Every time Dan's up, it's great demo. Mr. Andrews, my goal is a 160 with 610 subwoofers. I'm at a 152 clamping 4,300 watts. Okay, so that right there would be one of the things. I know a lot of these guys that are doing the 60s are easy. Yeah, Dan, there you go. 3-time subsonic record, which is now bottom out, patent pending. I started getting back in audio building customer console. It's going to be awesome, James. But the 4,300 watts at 52.3. 52.3 is impressive at 4,300 watts. But like the guys that we're going to talk about, which I've already been rambling on for 20 minutes, but that's just the way I am. The guys that we're talking about will do that at, God, let's even go even lower than that. Let's go Bubba Brewer. Let's go Chris and Pops, Val. Those guys are just getting crazy. Well, Mike Jones, Tony Economou. Those guys are just like, and if I'm forgetting names, I'm sorry, but I've just got a lot, all this going on right now. But those guys were squeezing 60s out of cars that were staying in like the bottom classes. They're the reason I had to rewrite some of the rules, because guys like Bubba Brewer and all the rest of them were slaughtering the living bejesus. What's up, JT? Slaughtering the living bejesus out of all the classes, like by a 2 decibel gap. And I'm not saying I made the rules. Funny, Matt. I'm not saying I make the rules to kick them out, but I made the rules to make it more class specific, like all around. Excuse me. 360 bottom out, demo showdown. Well, where the hell you want to come? All the ones I have are built for the average guy. The lower class is built for like Melissa, or actually Sarah's Honda, which has the single 12 in the back, 1,000-watt amp, factory electrical, the grounds, all that good stuff. Okay, I made the class for them. I have made it so that the extreme guys, and I hate to say that because that sounds like I'm trying to copy another org, but the extreme guys can stay in the extreme class. I myself wouldn't get any jolly out of beating the living crap out of the Honda on 1,000 watts, knowing my truck is an extreme truck and could slaughter it with no reason. I've got a lot more money into it. I've got a lot of cool. Thanks, JT. Appreciate it, man. I've got a lot more money in my vehicle to get where I'm at, and she has installed by some bumblefuck of an install of, oh yeah, that was me, to put the single 12 back there with a little 1,000-watt JP, and bada bing, we're done. So why should I work so hard to get to that? I think is what it is. So you've got Charles Jr. and Brian Zazinski, and then Night Flight Logan. Anybody that doesn't know him, he hasn't played in our lanes this season because he's not happy with the rule change on that. To each their own. He runs in the other orgs. Maybe one day we'll see him back again. Maybe I'll make a class that more suits what he's going for. But Night Flight had a truck that his floor was thick, his roof was thick, his everything was solid. Everything, you slam the doors and it went thump instead of slam. That's the type of stuff that people have to put into their equipment to get to the 60s, to get to the 70s. To get to the 80s, I don't even have a clue. I'm not even looking that far. I'm wanting to get deep into the 60s with my build. So why should I have them in the same class as the people that are running on a budget or enjoy their daily drivers as being just a daily driver? That's the reason I created the FTW class. Because FTW 3 and 4 is virtually, it's power rated 0 to 10, 10 to unlimited, and the two classes are, if your vehicle can drive in my lanes and drive out of my lanes, I don't care anything else about it. You can do whatever the hell you want. So that's got the guys that are out there. Let's see, it was gas, full armored car, extreme build. Yeah. So that's right, JT. The armored car builds, that's not something the average person is going to drive to the store to pick their kids up from school. I would. But you know what I'm saying, the average person's not going to have a vehicle like that as a daily driver, so why should I put them in the same classes as the no-wall and the trunk class that are the daily drivers, that are the people that use their vehicles on a regular? To note, real quick, I'm sorry, I'm reading my chicken scratch of notes here. Music Wars and Base Wars for Made of Steel, they're also on fire. Those two are just doing damn good in Florida and building up. Dean is making Base Wars stronger every show I go to. So, if you're not supporting us, or even if you are supporting us, go check them out too. Go over to their lane, see what they have going on, and see maybe they have something to offer that fits you a little bit better. So, alright, so the really big thing that I am lacking, Joey, you are an aggressive demo man. I'm not even going to say you're average. The main things that I myself have found through my research and through my experience in doing this for so many blasted years, I'm not loud because I'm lazy. To be honest with it, I'm not loud because I'm lazy. I have the resources, I have the connections, I have the talk to this guy, talk to that guy, get their input, get that, get this. Night, Matthew. I just am lazy and don't, this is a hobby, this is fun, this is something I run the meter as my life. And so one day, I don't know, am I going to go for world records? Hell no. But I'll have an extreme vehicle maybe. I may say to Health It and go get a little mail Jeep. Who the hell knows? I don't know. I don't even know. I never saw myself having a Suburban. That's for damn sure. And here it sits. Well, there it sits. So the research, talk to people. Understand that you do not know everything. Your buddy may not know everything. Make your network huge. When a 2-second backstory here, when I started ACCL and branched away from the other org, which I don't even, does anybody even know the name of that org? I don't even think they're around anymore. What I did is I started a chat, and instead of starting a chat of me and my friends to help get ideas and everything like that, I got Charles Jr. in there. in which he's an extreme vehicle. I got Mike Jones in there because he is a daily driver. Oh my God, how do you get that number? I'm not even going to list off all the people, but I've got people from different areas. What's up, Wayne? I've got different people from different areas of the audio community to build the network up and to get the ideas, to get the half of us think one thing, well, the other half is on this side, so why don't y'all do it that way? Well, I never thought about that because I don't run that style of equipment. Oh, okay, so there's another way to build up your knowledge just the same. I built the rules off that, and that's why the rules, everybody's happy with the rules, but there's a couple people that aren't happy with the rules. But they're not happy with the rules because they're unfair. They're just not happy with the rules because now they've got to do more to get loud. Hi, Mom. That's why I made the rules the way that I did. That's the way you should build your knowledge base. If you are the smartest person in your circle, you need to find another circle, because you do not build off the people around you if they're on your subject line below where you're at. Now, I'm not saying to push people away that are asking for questions. I'm totally for that. Anybody that knows me knows 2 o'clock in the morning, you give me ping me a message, and if I'm awake, I'll answer it. But on this conversation, on this subject right here, I do not know everything about audio. There is nobody in this world that knows every single thing about audio. You may know 99.8%, but he knows 99.8% also, and that 0.2, what's up, Jay, may overlap. Or it may be something like, well, son of a gun, I've been working on this project for the past 5 years. I can't get past this number. Well, have you tried this? Oh, son of a bitch. And then now your knowledge base is built up a little bit stronger, and you're more profitable to yourself. Too many extreme classes sandbagging and taking all the trophies. You are correct on that, Andrew, or Andrews. I'm going to call you Mr. Andrews. I agree on that, but I do believe. What's up, Daryl? I do believe that. The changes to the rules that I have made with my organization has somewhat leered the extreme, oh my gosh, guys, away from the classes that they shouldn't be in. It's not that I'm telling them they can't be in a class, kind of am, but there's no reason for them to do that. That's the same reason why I made the no more than 2 subcategories per format, two classes per format, because when I first started the org, I had guys that would go through and do no wall 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they'd jump to the wall class with the same build. What's up, Mike? And do wall 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, why the hell are you doing that? You just took home 8 awards because you wanted to rustle some feathers and show. That's great. That's awesome. That did exactly what they wanted to do. Now I changed the rules so they can't. That's just not fair play in my eyes. That's just showing off everybody, hey, look at me, I'm a clown. Which is, if you want to do it like that, that's great. You can do it all season long. You can't do it in finals. The time is also a major factor into this. If you've put 30 hours worth of testing into your system, you need to put more in. No matter how much you put into it, there is always going to be more testing, more research, more findings, more everything. Things that people don't even think about. There's people that carry around barometers to the shows. What's up, Eric? What's up, Wizzle? There's people, and Dave, how you doing, brother? There are people that will actually used to bring barometers to the shows to know when the pressure in the air is matching the information that they have gathered about their equipment, temperature. And that's something real quick to read off. There is no set standard of measurement that is fit for every single equipment, vehicle, etc. What works in your vehicle may not work in mine. I've seen people that'll run up with, I can't tell you what level sundowns they're running, but they're running sundowns in the tail, subs, biggins, and they had to, while they're waiting in line, I could hear them bumping. I'm like, I'm like, you're wasting your energy. What are you doing? No, I'm warming my subs up. Oh, shoot. Okay. So your subs need that. The Orions. I used to run the I think I read the SPLs, the Orion 15s, the SPLs, the HCCAs. Those, I did not play those the entire show, the ride there, nothing like that. Because the moment they started getting hot, they had such a substantial gap in their coil that they could not cool down. They would heat up so fast. If you played for, like, gave demos, and then went to the meter, they would heat up and they would be there for a while. What's up, James? Where I can't remember what model sundown. It may have been custom sundown. Either way, irrelevant. The guy had the sundowns. Good night, Margaret. Good luck fishing tomorrow. Hope they all bite for you. Yeah, Chris, you know about the ACCAs. The sundowns needed to warm up and loosen up and get the coil ready and everything of that nature to make sure they were at their best potential, their highest potential at that point. So it's a matter of testing. And Biggie, how you doing, brother? The testing is relevant. You have to test and document everything down to your voltage, to the temperature, to the all right, Biggie. The temperature to everything. Everything has to be documented, and you have to trace back. You know, if you're peaking the vehicle right now, and the temperature being, oh good, it's down to 79 degrees, is 35, then if you test it and the temperature's in the 50s, it's going to be off. Or your equipment may be more responsive, so you need to go down or you know, whatever. There's hundreds of different scenarios and situations and factors to take in, and that's why you see the extreme guys are usually very, very, very meticulous, and they won't even open their vehicles at the shows. There's reasons for everything. Oh God, what the hell was it? There was a show that I was at one time. Massive extreme vehicle came up, and he ran the meter and he cracked an 80. It was made of steel, and he was not happy with it. And I'm like, why are you not happy? That's a freaking 80 or 78 or somewhere around the high 70s. And he went in the car, and he went in the truck, and the center cap out of his steering wheel fell out. And he was so meticulous with the testing, he knew something was wrong. He put that center cap in and sure as shit and got a higher score. So that's the stuff the extreme guys go into. Have I ever seen a daily driver extreme vehicle? No. Because you don't want to daily drive things like that. You don't want to stress it out. They're the epitome of being a trailer queen because they're built to do one job, take home first place, and then they're rolled back up on the trailer again. God, anybody seen Charles Jr.'s van? Can you imagine? What's up, Rob? Can you imagine that monkey rolling down the highway in a van with no suspension, welded rear end, and jacked up like this because all of his power packs are underneath it? No, there's no way in hell. God, if he got into an accident, there'd be a freaking crater where that van was. So much damn lithium in there. So that's the thing, though, is you gotta compromise. You gotta give to take. If you want a mad extreme vehicle, and then again, for anybody's tuning in, this is all my opinion. This is all based off my knowledge in the industry. There's no facts or anything like that. Anybody can call me out on it. And well, you know what, Demetrius, you say that as a joke, but that's, I think, a reason why a lot of people don't go extreme is because I myself love driving down the road in my Suburban to go pick up pizza and just knocking the block down the whole way because the driver, it's a daily driver. I've driven that thing. It scared anybody that knows the joke, but what's up, John? Anybody that knows the joke, Eddie, how you doing? Anthony, wow, there's people showing up like crazy. The Suburban is scared to leave Florida because the last time I got close to the border, the rear end caught fire. Well, actually, the front end caught fire. Excuse me, the front nose of it. Because the wire had rode up against the metal by the installer before me and shorted itself out and pretty much turned my brake line into a big red toaster coil. That brake line is glowing bright red. Even that thing was a daily. back then, before I pulled all that out. The thing was still a daily driver. It had the 6 Orions in it. So you've got that to take into consideration. I know I'm rambling on. We only got about another 10 minutes or so, but I said it like I said before, and just read off my notes now so I kind of stay on track here. Access your sources. Access your people that are loud or that have done something different. Don't have your head so high up in a cloud. Daryl, yeah, driving to Georgia and Miss Damn, that's freaking awesome. Going scraping the coast. One of these years I'm going to. It's not fitting into the budget this year. What's up, William? Lucas, how you doing, brother? Access your sources. Don't be the best person to contact for information is the person that beats you. And I say that because a lot of us are in here for the sport, for the fun, for the thrill of everything, and for the, oh, I finally got it. Now, is first place going to give you all the information they can and exactly how to beat them? Probably not. Most likely not. No, Brendan Gardner will, because he's looking for more competition. But ask people that used to be in it or that are in it in a different, like Chris Phillips has a couple of vehicles, but he also is very well known. He's a damn good welder for building brackets and for building battery banks and all the stuff that he does. Yeah, no, Miles, you're right on that. That was actually the next thing I was going to say, is that if you can be part of a team. Ken, how you doing, brother? Brendan, you're finally here. It took you long enough. One of the better parts about being on a team is the resource of multiple persons with experiences in a common field. I'm cranking out the sound of your voice. Donald, however I can do for you, brother. Whatever I can do for you, buddy. Get the people, surround yourself with people with knowledge, and you will expand whether that was your intention or not. Especially with a good team. If you're on a damn good team, and I'm not going to say like, well, this team is that, whatever, I don't care. A team that you click with, a team that you connect with is, even if you don't ask for help, they'll say, hey, at that last show, I saw this happen. Maybe you should try that. And, that'll help you expand. That's what teams are all made for. That's what the original set of teams is made for. Chris, come back to Florida, brother. There's plenty of openings up here, man. You know that. Brandon Gardner has a daily stream. JT, you're right and you're wrong altogether. I'm with you on that, man. I gained a lot more respect for that man shitbox when he left my house with the 6th order enclosure for 615s riding on the roof of that car, driving down my driveway. So he used it more as a pickup truck than he does a damn car. For anybody that doesn't know Brendan, which I doubt there's anybody here that doesn't, but anybody that doesn't know Brendan, he runs a tree business / handyman business, and he will take that car more places than he will take the company truck that has a boom on it. Because that little car, it's a magic car. Nobody understands it. Nobody knows it. It shouldn't be, but somehow it is. So, all right, back on track here. If somebody says they know 100% about something, don't trust them. They're probably the one that knows the least out of everybody you know, because they're trying to toot their own. They're trying to make their own self famous off fake information. Know your vehicle and equipment. That sounds like common sense, but if common sense were so common, I have known a lot of people that have come in my lanes, and I've asked them like, hey, so that's a good number. You probably could do better because I know this vehicle. Hey, have you tried this? Well, no, so-and-so said that. Okay, well, have you tried anything yet? Well, no, I'm going to wait till so-and-so says it. No, you can do that. What's up, Aaron? It's all about knowing your equipment, knowing your system. If you don't know something or you don't understand something, get with somebody that does. There's 100,000 people out there that probably ran the exact same thing that you have in one way or another in some factor. I'm running the Sundown U's. The Sundowns are one of the most used subs in the game, so there definitely is not a limit of resources on the information about those. So I'm gaining off of that. My U15s may be up for sale sometime in the near future. I am still going back and forth on it, and I might. So stay tuned on that one because I'll probably let them go for a decent price. They are the UV ones but they've all got fresh recones on them. Baskets are tank. Everything's good on them. I've never overpowered them or any of that other bullshit people say. So, Dan, yeah, you help people from Hawaii to Australia. I get you on that, man. You're famous. You've got that. What's up, Seth? And that's what people need to tap into. How are you doing this? How are you doing that? Hey, I'm so-and-so from Wichita, Kansas. I watch you on YouTube. How'd that happen? That's great. That's impressive. And that's what does it right there. All aluminum truck. Hard to make loud, they say. If you get enough dampener, anything's possible. Let's see. Don't short your system. Your weakest length is worth its weight in the run. Because the one thing that you're going to short yourself on is what's going to hold you back from getting that extra dust by getting you that extra half or getting that extra tenth. Yeah, Aaron, you're not wrong on that, man. If you think that you don't need better wire, that's probably where it's going to choke at. If you think you don't need more wire, then get yourself more wire because you damn sure do. If you think you don't need more wire, you need more wire. That is the number one problem I see with a lot of people is feeding their equipment. You'll have this awesome amplifier and these kick-ass subs and everything's great and everything's awesome. And, well, yeah, I'm running a 45, C-Max. That's great. How many amps are you running? Well, I'm running 4 amps. Well, that's going to suck it dry quick. You're not feeding them right. Or if you do make that work with a good enough alternator or whatever like that, you're running, one run of 0 gauge to the back to your 4 amplifiers. That's not working. That's not happening. A friend of mine came over today, and James, and wow, my head just freaking reset. We're back. Was it yesterday? Different? No, it was yesterday. Whatever the hell day it was. God bless it. Freaking hot out here. He came over and we traced everything down, and we got everything down to his head unit was putting out less than half a volt. Going through the line driver, he got 1 volt, and nothing would work. Nothing would. You could get very minimal amount of bass or anything like that. That's right. So he hit me up today to let me know. He's like, hey, I got rid of the trash. He had a very trashy $50 head unit, and he went out and bought himself a JVC, the 4-volter. He said, I put this in there. He goes, oh my God, now he's got that under control. He's feeding the equipment a good signal. He's got electrical for days. So what do we work on next? Work on the enclosure, because the enclosure is not doing the frequency he wants. But that's the thing, is he's coming to me, I access Brendan. It's a matter of a networking style sense. Nobody knows everything. Yeah, it's like sucking a M1A in a Coke can. You're not wrong. Glenn is a very, very, very knowledgeable person as well. A lot of people in here, what's up, Kenneth? A lot of people in here are very knowledgeable in one way or another and can help and can do and can get things going the way they should be. I've only got a couple more minutes, so let's get this going. Get with a plan and stick with it. Don't install a system in your vehicle and it's not loud enough and then pull everything out and then put something else in there and then pull it. No, find the root of your problem. Why is it not loud enough? Okay, do you not have good enough electrical? Do you not have good enough speakers? Do you not have the right enclosure? Did you not put the right frequency of your preference in the vehicle that would do best with it? There's resonant frequencies in vehicles and things like that. There's 108 different things, but don't just put it in there and say, oh, it's not working, and then rip it out and blame it on freaking whatever. That's not the way to do it. Find the source of it. If you can't figure it out, before you start throwing stuff away and selling stuff, find somebody that does. Travis, go. How you doing, buddy? Dave, what's up, my man? Find somebody that knows something about it then if you can't figure it out. Have somebody evaluate your situation. One of the biggest things when I was a diagnosis technician was staring at the same circuit boards for 10 hours a day, 7 days a week. It burns into your head. It blanks your mind out because you stare at the same thing, and then diagnosing them, common problem, what the hell is this one? I can't figure this one out. Shit, let me set this one aside. Common problem. What's up, Wayne? So, I'm doing great, Travis. I saw so many of the common problem in a series that when one came out, it was a little bit different. That was an easy fix, but it wasn't what I've been looking at for the past, 4 days straight. So, you got to break yourself away and find. I've been staring at the same thing. It's like writer's block, I guess, the equivalency of. You've been staring at the same thing and you can't figure out why can't I get loud. I've done this, I've done that, I've done this. Hey, Bob, what's going on? Oh, hey, try this. Oh, shit, I didn't even think about that. And then that takes you onto a totally different rabbit hole for audio. Because let's be real, we can chase it in circles all day long. When you fix this, that breaks. When you fix that, that breaks. And then all the way down until, you know, you get a bigger amp, and now you need bigger electrical. Well, you can't do bigger electrical, you get bigger wire. You get bigger wire, now you got bigger electrical, but now you need a bigger amp. And it's circling around. Just took my head unit out and went Bluetooth straight DSP. My signal is so much clearer now. Subs are way less stinky. I think I've had a signal issue for a while now. Sometimes it's the last thing to see more. Oh, shoot. What happened? Quit commenting, people. All right, nonetheless. No, I get completely what you're saying there, Donald. Yeah, it's the last thing you think it could be. And that's what I'm saying, is you get you get locked down on one thing, and now you've changed this and changed that. Now you've opened it up, and it's a lot better, it's a lot cleaner, it's a lot whatever. So don't short your system. It'd be a weak link worth looking at. Decide and stick with a plan. I already covered that one right there. Be open to ideas. Yours isn't the only way to do it. That, you know, circles around, just like I said before, about if you get something in your mind, get an idea in your mind, and it's not working, I've tried. Well, ask that guy, or ask that woman, or ask them, or research online, something like that. My God, I've got a 99 Suburban. If you don't think that 78 gazillion builds have been done in a 99 Suburban or that generation, I mean, come on. I could not find anything I looked for that I couldn't find the answer for. So do your research, look around, ask people, call shops up. Some shops, if they're slow, will help you out. They'll put you on a lead, and you may make a new, better friend about it. So we can all learn a lot from the positive and the negative stuff too. So don't just, you know, think that, you know, I did negative, this didn't work out. That, no, that's awesome. That's freaking the key to thought right there, is seeing that this didn't work. That's awesome. I can eliminate that out of the formula altogether. I don't know 100% the real quote, but I believe Edison said that he didn't find 20,000 ways. He didn't fail 20,000 ways when creating the light bulb. He found 20,000 ways not to make a light bulb. It's some derivative of that. And that's the same concept. You know, just because you had a failure on something, just because you know something didn't work, that's awesome. Don't try it again. You know, it doesn't work. That eliminates an option out. So, lots of dampener. If you can do it, weld the reinforcements, things like that. But dampeners can be one of your number one keys for strengthening your system and making the vehicle. Anytime metal in a vehicle moves, that's countering the frequency. That's countering the pressure. That's not forcing it. The whole concept of getting the loudest that you possibly can is forcing that wave to where the microphone is, which is legal to be on the windshield. It's all forcing the pressure, forcing the wave, doing the quarter wave theory, and doing, you know, a lot of the southern, a lot of Florida people are down to the lows, but up north, they're still in the 40s and 50s and 60s land. So that's two totally different beasts right there. So I am running out of time, and I don't want to go over an hour with this, because then the other things won't take it. I'm going to have to stop right here, but you know what? This will give us conversation for next time, too. Shows coming up are going to be... Come on. Where are you at, you damn computer? Somewhere. Come on. All right. I know the next show coming up is going to be... It is June... Oh, how do I get Doom open? What the... That's an aardvark. There we go. June 21st. That's going to be the second annual Community Car, Truck, and Bike Show. That's ran by Team DBL Deprez Ivory. That is going to be down on Port St. Lucie. That's going to be a 2X. It's going to be an awesome show. Yes, I'm going all the way to Blaze down there because I'm trying to build up over on the East Coast. Along with the East Coast, like I said before, I also have a show that is... Let me think, what the heck was it? Damn it. I lost it. Oh, there we go. We've built up a show October 4th. For anybody that remembers Slam Fest, that was around the early October time period. We were invited this year for what have you reasons on Slamfest side, the invitation for car audio has been revoked. So let's go ahead and throw another show over on that way. I am going to release the information. Actually, have I released the information? Yes, I have. That's right, because I was on it today. This Florida Trucktoberfest is what it's called. That is going to be from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., which you know I'm not going to be there. But Brian Jasinski introduced me to the persons in which were running that. We have worked everything out on that. I might turn this into a 3X because that technically would be the first show of the season if you don't count finals. It would be taking place of Slamfest, which we haven't done for a couple years, but I love that show and it's great. This is over on the East Coast. This one is going to be in Bunnell, Florida. That's over, I think, over on the northeast area, below Jacksonville, but not all the way down to Daytona. So that's the two right there. And of course, we've got the Florida State Finals that are going to be coming up in September 26th. That's going to be at the Hernando County Fairgrounds, like it always is. That's going to be an awesome show. I am working on a show that's going to be in August. That will be the last chance for points before finals. We have got 2 shows before finals, people. If you do not have the points for finals, then you need to come to these shows. If you don't have enough, then you can pay to run multiple times. I will not take phone calls. Hey man, haven't talked to you in a while. How do I get points? Yeah, Johnny, he also has hold on, let's see here. Wow. Okay, Johnny, you got a whole handful here, brother. You have got the one on the 31st, which is St. Jude's. You've got the Showdown at the Throwdown, which is on the 14th of June. Then June 21st, you got Team Flexing On second annual night show. That's Shannon Boom is the host, and Matthew McRae is going to be the judge on that one. That one is in Newport, Tennessee. Then you've got, following up with that, Get With The Noise. That is going to be on June 28th, and that is up in the Michigan area with Johnny and Sean running it as well. So there are plenty of shows coming up in the areas. There's only 2 more in Florida. So if you don't have points to go to the Florida show or to go to the other shows in the States, then you pretty much have yourself to blame on that, because we have given you plenty opportunities. So I have gone way over my usual time, so now Facebook is going to chop this crap out and it's going to miss some shit. So Isaac, whereabouts are you, brother? I'm sorry, I'm freaking not even thinking right now. Flagler Fairgrounds is the Florida Trucktoberfest. Yes, that is correct, Matt. This is a show they have ran in the past as a car show. Brian Zazinski and his team of people have inquired, why don't you bring audio there? They threw a good word in for me. I've spent a good amount of time on the phone with Matt and the other persons which are involved in this, and we're making this happen. Now, if you go to the show and you bring proof to it, Made of Steel, wow. Hard Rock Hotel is right there, and they're going to give you, I think it's a 25% discount on that to stay there. There is an after party as well, and anybody enters in the show is invited to the after party. It's just going to be great. I'm going to talk about it a lot more between now and then, because we've got shows in between, and I don't want to take the minds away from those right now. But just keep that in your mind, and that's going to be the first show of the season. So anything else that I have forgotten or skipped, I'm sorry. I apologize. It's hot, and I've only had about a dozen bugs fly up my nose since I've been talking. So Jason Swain, ACCL, Guy with the Mirror. To anybody that doesn't know me, hit me up online, follow us on Facebook. This is a regular Sunday event, and I just heard something explode out there, so this could be an interesting night. Follow us online. Tell a friend. You got any questions, comments, or concerns, hit me up, message me. This is my life. This is what I do. I am going to get with US Amps also real quick, and he's talking about he's interested in throwing a show as well. So there's definitely not a shortage of shows coming up by any means. So much love to everybody, and thanks for watching.